ATM 7 continued. What am I on now? 9? Episode 9? Yeah, okay. So I spent a lot of time in my creative flat world, and I've been experimenting with different things, and I've implemented them in my actual world. But today, I have purposely made a flat world for this very episode. Let's see what's going on. Okay, I am in what looks like an empty world, but it's not. If I turn around, I have a few things I would like to show you. So, I've been playing the game now, oh god, over a couple of weeks, and there's a few transfer things that I use, and the most easiest one to get into is the pipes mod. It doesn't require a controller or anything like that. It does require iron, redstone, cobblestone, so that's relatively easy to get into. The fluid pipe is just a variation on that. Energy is more redstone. Gas, that's interesting, the gas one. You gotta get into the mechanism, you gotta get the metallurgic, you gotta have osmium, so it's a bit more difficult to get into. So the default pipe, the energy pipe will default to 250 FE a tick, so that's the transfer speed. There's another one, if I could spell, mech cable, and this comes in different tiers, but the first one is 3.2 thousand FE, so that's 3,000 FE, that's pretty good. That's 51,000, that's 409,000, and that's 3.2 million. That's a lot of transfer. Then there's other things, such as this cable, sorry, not the cable, energy, which is this, called the energy interface. So this attaches an energy holder to the network. So what does this do? I've been using a lot of integrated dynamic stuff. So let's have a look. Grab me a cable. So grab me a cable, okay, and the highest capacity thing with the best transfer is the energy cell, as far as I know, which can deliver how much power? It can deliver 9 EFE per tick. Why is that giving me 9E, but this is only giving me 2.1? I have a feeling that 2.1 is like the maximum capacity, but anyway, let's have a look. So if I put this here, I need some way to use all that energy. Luckily, these things here, the energy meters, are generally a pass-through, so you can know how much is being used. But you can set it, if you go into it, you can set it so you can see its transfer rate. You can see if it's connected or not and do the different sides. But if you change the mode, it changes it to a consumer, so it eats energy, which is very nice. So as you can see now, that is supposed to be connected. I connect that into there, connect this cable, and that's telling me it's using 2.1 giga G over M, yeah. And then if I connect this one up, that should connect there. Yeah, 4.2 connect the same one up because it's all creative. Should be fine, there you go. And I can basically just, as many sides as this got. And then, where is it? That's down there. Let's go down here. Let's do this. Networks for logic. What was that? Oh, okay. So that's all the sides there, and it's 12. So yeah, so one of those cubes, I don't think can transmit anymore because each side can only transmit 2.1. So yeah, that's basically the maximum transfer speed. And when you connect all the sides, because it doesn't care, it just doesn't care. So now that the basic is shown, so this is the energy producer, this is the consumer, that's the pipe that I want, and I'm going to show you how the other pipes fare. So right in front of me now, I have these energy pipes, and in these energy pipes, if I look at the mod, they also have upgrades. So the base one, so the first upgrade increases to 1,000, second one is 8,000, the other one after 32, and the last one 131. There is a creative one, but you can't get the creative one in normal gameplay. So infinity pipe is essentially a creative thing. So your maximum you can get is the ultimate pipe upgrade. But let's just have a look, yeah? So that's 256, which this energy pipe states that it's telling you. So yeah, default 256. And you can see it from there, 124. So that's actually very nice. They've improved this tooltip to give you the different speeds. Not speeds, consumption. So the second one is 102. The third one with the improved is 8,000, and you can see that it's right. It's displaying correctly. So that's 32. That's 131. Yeah, and this top one basically gives you the same as that thing over there, which is its maximum, and you can never achieve it. But why am I doing this? Why am I checking the tooltip against what's actually happening? Well, this brings me nicely on power makers as well. So let's have a look. Power makers. Yeah, so these magmeters in the ATM 6 Sky Pack were really good, because this gets fed with lava. It converts lava into energy, and this one converts it as a 20 FE a tick, but the further you go up, it should convert them into 40 FE a tick. Do you see? But there's something wrong here. So I mentioned that this does 40 FE a tick, but it only outputs 10. It's been nerfed and the tooltip hasn't been updated. Apparently that's design, by design. I don't know, I'll have to check why, but the mod pack is not influenced that apparently. It's just, you know what, forget about the bit about the mod pack. I'm going to remove that. Okay, so this is 40k, but that's only outputting 10, and I've given it its best thing. This pipe has 900,000 millibuckets in there, has more than enough. And this is like 3.21 million FE, so it has more than us with ever output, but yet it's only getting 10. So there's a bottleneck somewhere, and I think it's the way this is programmed, but I don't know if it's the pack that's doing it or it's the new version of Powah, or the version of Powah that's for this pack. But what's interesting is when you go down to the spirited, it's fluctuating, and I've never seen that before. It's going between 4.4 and 5.6, but that should output 8. You do have capacity in here, so you could store it. So if you're not using the full 8, it will give you a buffer, and then it can extract 32,000 a tick on your 8 million buffer. So I don't know what the math is, but basically, you don't have to generate power to use it. It can store it, but it eats it quite quickly. But yeah, that's really weird. That's 5.2. This one here, the Niotic, I'm going to call it, or the blue power, it outputs 2k. It's generating 2k. That's fine. This one's perfectly fine. But then I go down to the blazing, and it fluctuates, and I don't know why 2 of these are fluctuating and 1 is wrong. But apparently that's what it is. And then these bottom ones are fine. They work as expected. So I was really pissed off when I found that out, because in the old pack I was using this and it was outputting 8 and it was working fine. And so I thought, oh yeah, I'll go to Spirited. I ended up making 64 of these, and I put them down, and I realized I wasn't getting enough power, but my power was fluctuating. I was like, why is it fluctuating? All my stuff should be constant. But now doing this test, I can find that this is, going between 2 values, which is stupid. And the nitro one is not even worth why it's advertised. It's not even worth how you make it. Nitro magmeta, which takes nitro crystals, nitro capacitors, the thing before, and some dielectric casing. And how do I get that? A block of redstone, nether star, block of blazing crystal. Yeah, it's very expensive for just double that. But what's that, 20 and 80? That's more than twice. Yeah, okay. So, but have no fear. Powah has different power producers. So this one over here, these are thermal generators. And what they do, they basically, you heat water. So they're almost like a steam generator. You heat water and then they output power. So yeah, if I just show you this has got magma here. You know what, I'm gonna put glass by here. Yeah, so that's got magmas there and it's heating up. So if I go into here, the magma is only 80% efficient, so you only get 16 in this, but you should get 20. And then that applies all the way up here. So your maximum will only give you 1.6 Fe, so it's not very good. Having the maximum, I'm using magma blocks, but yeah, it's fine. If that's all you got, that's all you got, and so be it. But as you can see, it's constant. And they're not storing energy. This is constantly what's generating. So 16 Fe, it's pitiful, but this runs forever because the magma block doesn't run out. The water is from the sink, which you can make very easily in this pack. So click on the sink. It's terracotta, water, and iron. It's clay. It's clay and iron basically, and that is, yeah, that's the easiest. So for a constant power, even though it's less than this, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. You have to find a way to generate the lava, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, as I say, because this is constant, it's not too bad. So as I say, the higher one gives you 1.6. This one here is working at 100% efficiency. So it's very dangerous, especially if you've got wood around your base. But yeah, as I say, it's working at 100, gives you 20. So it's that extra 20% the lava will give you. Wait, why is that 9? That shouldn't be 19. I think I know why. I think it has to be a lava source block rather than a flowing lava. But fine, let me just fix that. Yeah, there you go. 60, 100, 200, 400, 800, 2000. Yeah, so that's not too bad at 2000. Okay, I won't use the nitro because the nitro, well, is the nitro useful? I can't remember. Thermal nitro. Thermal plate, nitro capacitor. Yeah, I need the nether star, and for me the nether star is something that's I don't even get to for some time. I could get the shard, but then I'd have to get the essence, and then to get the essence, where's it gone? Cruxes. To get the seeds, I would then need nether stars. So I would need I can't remember how to get that. I suppose by that, and I can go down the neural networks to get it. But yeah, that's fine. But that's only if it's 2000. But we look at this, and this is the best. So this has a block of blazing crystal, which you make by converting blaze as a crystal. So yeah, you can get the block of crystal by combining these together, which is nice, or you can blaze mesh. You can straight create it. How do you make blaze mesh? Well, a bunch of blaze rods. How do you get blaze rods? There's different ways, but you can also convert blaze powder straight into somewhere. I can't see it. Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Energizer, you can put blaze powder straight into the crystal. So it's a slower process. I think it takes more power, but it's fine. It works. Anyway, if you can get one of these, and then if I get the glass, and then stick one underneath it, instead of working at 100%, this is working at 280%. I don't know why 280. Why not 300? Why not 250? But it's 280. They decided to do 280. So that means that even your most basic version works at 56, which is, you know, pitiful, but the increase is massive. So let's have a look. It's 200, 560, 1.2. So the one I normally gonna be working on is this one. Delivers 2,240. Eventually, you know, if I do get nether stars, I'll get that, and I'll basically double it to 5.6. More than double it, but yeah. But on its own, it doesn't produce a lot, but in the early game, you know, 1,000 energy, to make 1,000 energies is relatively easy. Okay. But what can we do one better? Well, yes, we can. Before we go to one better, let me go back to this lava. So yeah, this is generating lava here, and that's an infinite tank, and these are, you know, it's just working. But this device here is the most basic of lava gens. You get a crucible, put cobblestone in there. I say cobblestone, there's more things in here than that, but yeah. You put down there, you put a heat source underneath it, and what's doing, it's melting the stone in there to make lava. So the fluid is the lava in here, and then that is then converting that into power. Because this is set into consumer mode, it's using it. But because this is a slow production of lava, I should say, it's not a constant. There is some sort of calculation that I could do to work out how many of these with torches underneath it will I need to fill this. I suppose I could do this. Let's do 4 of them. Okay. Now do configurator. One button. Let's grab 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what's interesting is that I've put 4 of these here, 4 of those with torches underneath here. It's giving me a steady 20. So yeah, its ratio, if this is level 1, which I think, say level 1, it's times 1 heat source. But then if I put a times 2 heat source, like a magma block under there, I can just chop that down by 2. Then if I stick something that's a times 4, which I think is, let's have a look, something easy, times 4. Don't want to use soulfire, but campfire. Yeah, I could use a standard campfire, and you do it by 4. And then uranium block will do it by 20. Basically, what I found is that I would have loads of magmators, but then not enough crucibles. And easy way to do it is set the heat source underneath to whatever you can. So at the moment in my playthrough, I'm doing superheated elements from mechanism, but yeah, that thing is set to 60 times, so a lot can be done from it, but it's basically the magmators I've got are using too much lava because there's no lava in the pipe. But yeah, you could go down this route, but then you could go down this route, but then you have to worry about lava production. Or you can go into this route and never worry about water, because it just constantly feeds it and there's no delay. And even though this is less, so this is what the highest one here is 5.6, which is half of what this magmator can produce. I've actually got one better. Well, I say better. I do prefer this because it's fire and forget. But I'll show you the other one now. Okay, let's go over here. So these, I was really surprised with these. These are furnators, which is a furnace generator, and you just cook stuff in there. So wherever you would normally stick as a fuel source in a furnace, these will take charcoal, wood, bamboo, kelp, that sort of stuff. It will take it. And what it's designed to do is to burn that and produces 20 Fe a tick. So the second tier produces 80, third to 100, fourth 800, next one up is 2, this is 8, and this is 40. So what they were supposed to do, the magnetors were supposed to do, but they don't work. The magnetors are doing, the phonators are doing, and they're doing them well. So this top one is literally drinking charcoal. So this carbon that it makes. So it's literally drinking it to give me 40,000 FE a tick. I got an infinite source of those items, so I might do this just to get capacity. Sorry, to get capacity to get stuff in the system. I don't know how I'm going to run it, but I'm certainly going to get rid of those magnetors because they're crap. But yeah, I was really surprised with this. I got it configured to a creative creator that's constantly outputting what I need. But yeah, I could connect this into my storage system, and anything that's compatible with it will just burn. So I gotta make sure I put stuff that I want to keep somewhere else. But yeah, that's useful. That was really useful. As I say, if you got stuff to burn, Twilight Forest, that'd be really useful because it's just wood everywhere. Yeah, so that can definitely work. But what about these things in the middle? Specifically these two. Okay. So I've talked about how you have a generator and then this is consuming. But what this is doing, this is the different pipes. But I may have covered that. Did I cover that? No, I covered that one. Right, so the top level here is 131,000 FE. So this is where the maximum of the pipe can take you. However, mechanism can take you higher. It's only when you get to the elite universal cable you go over it, but you got another level saying 3.27 million FE. And to be honest, once you start getting done this with the ultimate cable, is very easy. There's no real need not to do it. Yeah, so that's working fine, and I could use the same trick. So I could do that and that. See, that's 9, 13. Yeah, so the mechanism stuff works really well, especially on the infinite power source. I can just keep feeding it. Because what it's doing, its output rate is equal to that of its capacity. So if I put 1 in, its capacity is 3.7, and then that just multiplies it 3.7, 3.7. So I could even put it like that. It just keeps multiplying it. I do like the mechanism pipes for that because they do act as a battery, so I don't have to dedicate space for it. But speaking of batteries, these are energy cubes. They look really nice, but I realized that they're crap. So this is the most basic energy cube, and this holds 1.6 billion FE. But if you take a notice, it only outputs 1.6. So I think that's a 10th or 100 times less, or whatever the value is. It's yeah, it's less than the value. So this has got 6.4 thousand million, 6.4 thousand, 25.60 million, 25.60 thousand. So although the energy cubes are useful for have a look, for what's it called? Oh, wrong thing. Storage. If it can only output, well, let me check something. If it only outputs on one side, can I do back? Can I do that? Oh, that sucks. That absolutely sucks. So what I've done is I've put this and I'm telling it to take power from the back, and it is connected because it says status connected. But what it's not doing, it's not eating the power. If I disable this, wait, that one's not working. Oh yeah, I need to configure this so that the front is the output. Okay. Oh right, yeah. So because that thing is yeah. I see what's going on there. Anyway, that's 1.6. If I now activate this, yeah. So what it's doing, it literally has 1.6 thousand output capacity, and the more you put on there, the more it shares. So it's I just get as it gets worse, the capacity gets bigger the more you go up. But if you're gonna use this, why? Just use the equivalent cables. They're much better. Yeah, you know, even the base one is much better. Don't use this. And I'm really surprised at that, because I would expect it to go, oh look, the way mechanism works is that the capacity is equal to the not the capacity, the transfer rate is equal to that of the capacity bit, and this is not. So that's not good. That is not good. But that being said, all of this, my personal favorite are these. Yes, they're slow. Yes, each one only produces 5.6, but they are fire forget. You build the blazing blocks, you put infinite water source, and you literally got infinite source of power. But I do like the logic cables, and I do use the logic cables for almost anything and everything. They're so easy to make, and I think they're almost compatible with every mod I've tried, but I haven't tried every mod I've tried, but I haven't tried every mod in the pack. But anyway, it's all good and dandy showing you in a clean, sterile environment of a creative world. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to log into my actual world and show you what I've got set up and really show you my problem. Okay, I'm in my world now. I have my jetpack on. So this block here, this chunk, and I do like to keeping things in a chunk. So yeah, this chunk's my power chunk, or literally my power bank. And it doesn't work. it uses 5 crucibles which are being fed by cobblestone. You know, they're making lava, but they're just not making it fast enough. So if I look at this, 60, yeah, you know, it's quick, don't get me wrong, and all these are quick, but there's literally almost no lava in these magmators, because they're producing 8k, but actually they're producing 4.5 to 5.6, as that experiment showed you. So I've only got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've only got 9 here, and I've got 16, was it 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 64 here. I have almost 128 fire crucibles, and they're not enough to keep up with 10 spirited magmators. So I need a different power source. But what I did do is put this energy meter here, and this is what it looks like when it's in power transfer mode. As you can see to the left, this is coming from the power source, and it's not backing up. So I'm demanding more than what I can produce. There is a energy in here, and I'm not sure why. I think one of the machines are feedbacking, leaking power back into this, but I have to work out where it is. But at any given time, I'm using, well, anywhere between 22 and 27,000. So yeah, and that's because of that particular thing, the particular what's it called? That particular magmator, it fluctuates anyway. So this is why I'm getting fluctuations here. Yeah, these machines will also take a lot of power, but most of them are not connected up. It's only this top, this one row here, or this one column that's connected. So it's giving me something. And then if I looked into this, you know, I've got stuff here, yeah. So you look into the chest and you can see things are here. Bamboo, you know, cactus. Is it working? No, it's not working because it's still not enough power. Okay. But eventually I will, yeah, not enough potatoes. Eventually I will sort all my power so I'll be able to connect all this up. Oh, what else requires power here? Oh yeah, all this other stuff requires power. But surprisingly enough, they do have power. Some of them do. Okay, but I have a solution. If we go over here, and I jump off the edge. Okay, so these are spirited thermal generators that will produce 2.2 thousand, and I've got 16 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 128 here. And what's that? 2.2, 128. It's 256 almost, or just over 256. But these have been set up in a grid-like fashion. So they've been fed water by this thing here. They are sitting on a bed of blazing crystal. They have energy between them, and I suppose I could tidy this up by forcing them that an output and into the input. But as long as it's working, I don't care, and I don't think it's going to increase my output anyway. And if I now go into this, what did I say? 256? Yeah, it's producing 286,000 constantly. It was going to go into the ultimate energy cube. And although I said it was crap, I actually do like this, because this item here, it takes a while to fill up. And this will output, what, at 102,000. So it's not million FE, but 102,000 FE. And yeah, there are other things that will do it, but this, for what I've noticed, this thing will do it quicker, at the quickest for an item like this. So yeah, maybe I should use something else like the energy hopper, but it's fine. But yeah, this is just one layer, and this is producing 286,000. The idea is, because this is now chunk bound, is within the chunk. If I need more power, I'll just increase it. Do I have it here? I haven't got it here. Let's have a look. There you go, copy and paste gadget. So the copy and paste gadget, what I've told it to do is basically copy this. So if I do that, it will copy that. So the idea is, if I'm gonna go into that corner, okay, I haven't got any of the items, but it is telling me I need 128 thermal generators, 128 blazing crystals. It's using basic water pipes because it's more than adequate. It's using it won't paste the torches because they'll be underneath, so that won't be a problem. And I need 64. And so the idea is that if I need more power, at 280,000, I can double it to call it 512, and then 4 of those is almost a million, I think it is. So yeah, I'm gonna be fine on the power front for a while, and it literally is fire and forget. Most people will use reactors to go into let's have a look. Reactor, yeah, they can go into the bigger reactors. They can go into the Powah has its own reactor, which is fine, but you have to make sure that it's constantly fed. It takes 4 ingredients. It outputs, and what's the generation factor? 250k. So yeah, that is a lot smaller than what I got here, but you gotta keep watching temperature. If you mix up the things, it doesn't work. This is literally fire and forget, and it's all the way down here, so it's out of the way. Cable. Yeah, how am I gonna get that up here? Yeah, I could run a big cable, but eventually I'm gonna put gonna run a flux network, so that's all gonna be wireless anyway. So yeah, so that's not gonna be a problem. Let's get back up here. Yeah, so hopefully in the next video that I'll do, I'll be going into flux networks. I'll be connecting it all to the system, taking this power generation away because it's not that good. I'm probably going to keep the lava gen there, just take the power gen away. Yeah, the lava generation there, but keep the power generation away. And everything will be running at 100% speed. And these will all be connected, and I'll end up putting speed modules in them as well, so they'll be a lot faster. And then after that, what am I going to do? I don't know. Is the honest answer. I don't know. Something that requires power, probably. But anyway, that's been my explanation of what I'm going to do. But that will be in the next video. So hopefully you'll stick around, watch me do this. I've enjoyed doing it. See you later. Good night, goodbye, and take care.